The one question I always ask is, have you got access to other funds? And a lot of people say, yes, I've got my savings, I've got retirement, I've got pension, I've got this, I can cash out some policies that I've been saving over years. I always say, cut that umbilical cord. For as long as you are depending on other resources, financial resource, borrow from family, friends, savings, your business will wait until it dries up. I'm saying cut that umbilical cord, because you're doing yourself a disservice going into the future. Because at some point in time when it dries up, you haven't put a plan in place to make this business sustain itself financially. The next important thing is, what is your monthly expenses? And I always say, take your total personal monthly expenses, because the business got to pay you to pay for your personal life. Take your personal expenses and the cost of the business expenses. Add them together. So let's just say it's 50 grand. The business needs to make 50,000 now, depending what you sell. So let's just assume this mug cost you 10 rand. You sell it for 20 rand. You've got to know what your business is costing you when you do a sale. Again, this is another webinar and coaching, all of that we can talk about. So I'm not going to go into detail there. So you've got to know, how much do I need to sell? Because often someone says, if I need 50,000 expenses, I need to sell for 50,000. No, you don't, because there's cost to make that 50,000. That's why people go backwards in business. They're selling, but they're not making money. Why? Because they're not selling. And I bet you a lot of you are cutting your prices to beat your competitors because you don't know what value you add. And that's another thing you need to learn. But what happens is you cut it that you might as well not have even done that sale because you're making a loss, so rather not do it. That's more a vanity decision than a sanity decision. Once you now understand that number, then, as we've been taught, is a third of your profits. A third of your profits goes back into the business. The more you learn, the more you earn. Upskill, upgrade the business. Then a third goes to yourself, a third goes to paying off debt, and then start investing. But in that expense, I always say to my clients right up front, put your salary in the expense right up front, not when my business makes money. And you are the number one first creditor that you will pay as yourself. So make a note of this. In the first week, you pay yourself a salary. The second week, you pay your expenses and suppliers. The third week, you pay your staff. And the fourth and fifth week is pure profit, which is your investment. Then you say, I can't pay myself first. I might not have enough money to pay my expenses and the staff. You're the biggest creditor. You're the one who does the most amount of work, and you pay yourself last. You live on leftovers when I have enough time and when I have enough money.